Load shedding is something that is affecting all South Africans, but those in Joburg have been experiencing the brunt of load shedding. You can breathe a little sigh of relief because Joburg City Power has announced an initiative that is piloting a project to help save electricity and perhaps get you back on the grid. With us in studio, we've got Mr. Sicelo Tulu, who's going to be explaining to us what load limiting is about. Mr. Sicelo, very good to have you here.
Thanks for inviting us.
What does load limiting program hope to accomplish?
I think, Chris, what we're trying to do is that we're giving really an option to a customer out there to say that during load shedding, you can stay with limited power or you can stay without power at all. And I think we achieved that through the load limiting, and I've got the demo here, of which we'll also be showcasing at the African Utility Week, I think this week, here at the ICC. And what it simply does, basically, you've got your smart meter, and you've got your customer interface unit, and what I'm going to be doing is to switch on, the stove.
We're running through a demo.
I'm going to start basically cooking, and the expectation is that really when the load shedding happens, instead of cutting the supply completely off, what we'll do, we will then notify the customer, and as you can see, we've actually sent through the message over here through the customer interface unit, basically saying that you actually going to be going through the load limiting in the next, 30 minutes. So the back office engineer has already sent the instruction, for instance, and you can see it on the customer interface unit. Now, that's basically what is happening. So what's going to happen in your house, once we send that instruction, the lights will go off. It will give you 30 seconds. It will come on again. If you don't respond, it will then go off again after 30 seconds and then come on after 30 seconds. Those iterations will be 5 times. If you don't respond, you will stay completely off for the duration of the load shedding. But if you intervene, as I'm going to intervene now, when it comes on back, you will then be able to stay on and actually have power. And that's what we're saying.
This is exciting stuff. I've got to tell you that if you comply, this basically means that you may not be load shed.
Exactly. So it's coming on after 30 seconds. So what I'm going to do now, as a corporate a citizen, I'm going to then switch off my cooking. As you can see, the expectation is then that I stay on for the duration of the load shedding. And I can be able to plug in my kettle, for instance, and be able to do other things. But at least I've got power during the load shedding.
That is certainly some useful information. We know that you need to have smart meters in order for this to operate effectively. We know also that over approximately
65,000 or so now. Obviously, the number has increased because we're installing almost on a daily basis. So this is the unit, this is a smart meter, and basically what it does, it monitors your load within the house. And if I choose not to comply now and switch back on the stove, I'm going to give myself 30 seconds again, so it's going to cut me off and I will stay without power. So that's basically what we're trying to do, to give you an option to be able to stay with power during load shedding.
So if you need more information on that, go to www.citypower.co.za. Right now, it's time for some more news.